This is a tuna salad sandwich and this is a tuna melt. And that can of tuna you picked up weeks ago, it belongs right here. Anything more gets unnecessarily complex and anything less isn't even close to these. So today, let's put that can of tuna to a good use. Here's a foolproof way to make a perfect tuna salad and a tuna melt. Let's go! For the tuna salad, I'm using a canned tuna in brine. Use whatever you find at the store. The world does not need a best tuna debate. Tuna in brine is already salty. Tuna in oil tastes slightly better because oil. And canned tuna in mayo? Nope. We're not outsourcing the most interesting part of this video today. Open the tuna can, drain it through a sieve and press it down to get the water out. When you think you've pressed enough, press some more. Give it a taste so you know what you're dealing with. Too salty, not salty, vaguely fishy, or did you just buy the cheapest one on the shelf? All valid outcomes. Next up, one medium red onion. Cut off the stem, split in half, and instead of wrestling with the paper, just peel the whole top layer off. Oh, and if you hate running to the bin mid-prep, keep a little scrap container next to your cutting board. I promise it's a lifesaver. To dice the onion, slit along the longitudes with the root intact, slit once across, and then chop it down. And in it goes. Next up is celery, one large stalk or two small ones. Slit lengthwise, dice and toss it in. I'm also adding these pickled sandwich stackers. It's basically sliced cucumbers in dill pickle juice. This is what I have and literally any dill pickle will do. Split, dice and in they go. Now the mayonnaise. Store-bought is fine but making your own takes 2 minutes and makes you feel accomplished. In a tall container, crack one egg. And oops, that's a shell. Wet your fingers and it comes out without a sweat. Add 15 milliliters of white vinegar, 5 grams of salt, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Then measure and add 240 milliliters of neutral oil and dump it in all at once with confidence. With this technique, you don't need to pour it in slowly like the traditional methods tell you to. I would recommend avoiding olive oil because it tends to get bitter when you blend it. Stick an immersion blender to the bottom, run it, and slowly pull it up. Pulling it up like this creates a vacuum underneath that forces oil and air into the egg mixture, emulsifying it into mayonnaise. Now this jar keeps fresh for about a week in the fridge and is better than most store-bought mayonnaise that I've eaten. Back to the tuna, go ahead and add a generous scoop of that mayonnaise we made, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and a splash of that pickled brine. Delicious. I'm also adding a splash of extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff, the kind you keep hidden. Now at this point you can add boiled eggs, dill, parsley, and basically anything that you'd enjoy biting into. Just keep in mind, less is often more. Mix it all aggressively with a fork until it looks cohesive. Always taste and adjust for any condiments or seasoning that might be needed. If your salad looks a little watery, let it sit in a sieve for some time and gravity will do its thing to drain it out. I like tomatoes in my sandwich. If you don't, that's fine, you can skip it. I'll link to my video on tomato sandwich that might change your mind. Slice the tomatoes and salt both sides generously and lay them on a wire rack for about 10 minutes. Salt pulls out excess water, concentrates the flavor, and makes for a satisfyingly chewy bite. Next up is the bread. I'm using a milk loaf. It's soft, slightly sweet, and lets me choose how thick I would like my slices to be. Thicker slices do stand a chance at not sogging. Add butter in a pan and toast one side only. Put something heavy on top. I'm using this heavy bottom pan. This maximizes bread to pan contact, which gives you an even browning. Now, toasting the inside only is a small but a huge upgrade. It adds crunch without drying the whole bread out and creates a waterproof seal so your sandwich doesn't collapse into soggy sadness. Rest the slices toasted side up. Look at that browning. Spread the mayo edge to edge on the toasted side. Add the tuna salad. You can see that mine's been resting on a sieve and now it's tighter and easier to work with. Top this up with lettuce and the salted tomatoes. Close the sandwich and to increase the appeal, we're gonna wrap it deli style. Crumple and uncrumple parchment so it doesn't fight you. Bring the ends together, wrap it like so, and tuck the adjacent ends underneath. Even though I usually cut horizontally for presentation, sandwiches taste better when you cut diagonally. More surface area, cleaner bites, better structure. Yes, there's actual geometry involved. Cut the sandwich and reveal that beautiful cross-section. Folks, this tuna salad is deeply satisfying, cool, creamy, crunchy, and bright. All the good stuff. The tuna salad is great, but it clearly has a second form. Let's unlock that. When you're making a melt, crunch is like currency. You want crispy on the outside but gooey on the inside. Toast the slices both sides for this one. But here's a small detail. The slice that'll go on the top gets toasted lighter than you'd like. You'll see why. Toast the bottom side as much as you desire, add mayo to it, then the tuna salad, and then the tomatoes. No lettuce unless you enjoy warm lettuce. The top slice gets the cheese. I'm using Swiss cheese today along with some sharp cheddar. They melt well and taste like you put in some effort. Then put the top slice in the oven under the broiler or in an air fryer. The reason why you began with a lighter toast on this one. Now you can also use a pan to melt the cheese, just put it on during toasting earlier and cover it with a bowl to completely trap the steam and melt the cheese. Now keep a close eye, my air fryer took about 2 minutes. Once the cheese is melted, take the slice out, head back to the sandwich assembly, cover and give this baby a gentle press. Wrap it up again, and I'm cutting horizontally this time for better presentation. And look at that, folks, isn't that a dapper tuna melt? Crispy edges, molten cheese and warm tuna mix. Everything you expect from a tuna melt. When you bite in, you hit the crunch first, then the creamy tuna, and then a cohesive mix of that sharp cheddar with mushy tomatoes. Everything integrates just right. Alright, if you like this video and if sandwiches are your thing, click this video to see what I did with the BLT next.